There we go. Hello, Arty friends. Good to see you. Good to be seen. It's good to be seen. Look at the lighting today. Yay, the sun's out.
Yeah, the sun's out.
But it's hot.
It's hot. We had to
look at her.
I was going to wear a hat today, but it was too hot.
And look at her punk rocky poofy hair. I love it. She was worked on the sides.
That's all my arm would allow.
I like it.
I gave out, and I still got some stuff to deal with in the back here. But I knew I wouldn't be able to make it through the whole thing because my arm has been giving me. I gotta save myself for gel printing.
That's
folks.
Right.
We must prioritize.
My Arty friends, do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. That's how we know that you were here, and we like to say hello to you. And then, you know, we do the thing, and then you give those thumbsy upsies if you haven't given those. Very much appreciated, especially here in the beginning. And if you're watching in a replay, equally important to thumbsy upsy. And leave us those comments down below letting us know that you have watched or you are watching. That's okay too. You can do it at the beginning. That way you don't have to remember.
Yeah, just get it out of the way right away.
That's right. Thumbs up.
You know it's going to be good.
Yeah.
And well. You know, somebody arrived the other day and said it was confusing. And
yeah. And Lorraine's back though.
Hey.
I think we entertained her. Lorraine, let us know. Did we entertain? You came back. That
says something. And I do have some things today to show you that I think that it will be worth it.
Yeah, less confusing. Anyway,
always operate in a confused mode.
This is P over here.
M over there.
Patricia.
Mariah.
And together
we are PM Artist Studio.
Okay. Let's say hello to people. And then we'll get on with this. And we got some thoughts. They're going to be very short.
Mm-hmm.
We've got for Grace Creations, that is Dawn. Yes.
Dawn?
Dawn. Yes. I want to, the Grace thing, and I want to call her Grace, but it's Dawn. It's my brain anyway. A Seminole Mind, that is Sue. Art Junkie, that's Shannon. Art Curious by MNW, that's Miriam. Bartender Daughter, that's Layla, I believe. That's what I'm sticking to because that's what's in my brain. I'm telling y'all, some things, they get married up and it's real hard to shake it out.
Yeah.
Brandy's here. Carrie, Charmaine, Cookie Wookie, that's Mo, Darcy, Darling, Dana, Eddie, Emma, Ever After, Griffin Chill, that's Rhonda, Hoarder Papercrafts, that's Mimi, Holly King, Janice, Jennifer's Dog's Life, Gerald's here, Jocelyn, Carla, Ketra, Kimberly, Lygia, Lizette, Lizanne, Lorraine. See, she came back. I love it. So happy. Thank you, Lorraine. Thanks for giving us more. You know, I know some days it gets real confusing right here, even for us.
Yeah.
Lydia, Marguerite, Mark Hines, Michelle with one L. Nikiana, hello and welcome. I believe you are new. Patricia, Paula, Penka, Sandy Studio, the Shilly Studio, that's Margot, Tina Schwanberg, and Veronica. If I missed you, it was not on purpose. It simply didn't show up on the list when the thing does. Like, you know, give me some extra pinky hello hands like Gia did, and Cheryl, and Deb C. Deb, thank you for the revenge quote. I might need that. And I was looking up cookie ones. Cookie? Yeah, because they're my revenge cookies. So I thought cookies were good too. Like C is for cookie.
Miriam's there. Walter.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, and Sonia's here. That's Ari Sky. Are you watching at work?
Yeah, I'm watching it. Tegan.
Hey, Tegan.
And
hey, Lizzie Jean.
Lizzie Jean.
Walter.
Diane.
Diane and Monica.
trying to see some of these. This is going too fast.
All right, are you ready? Can you?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
My thought, solidarity. And I'm going to put on a shirt. That's it. That's my thought. And it's going on a shirt. PM Artist Studio shirt. Because it's applicable to many things.
Absolutely. I embrace your solidarity.
Right on, sister.
Yeah.
Mama.
Have you read your card yet?
I haven't. Should I read that right now?
Yeah.
I'm going to cry. Probably. That's fine.
I signed it, Yo Mama. I always do that because.
And my brother used to sign his "Your Bro," and I have this one. And I still have it like in one of the picture albums or whatever. And he got real mad at me about using his razors. He says, "If you keep using my razors, sis, I'm gonna kick your ass. Love, your bro." I kept it, and it's a note from Nathan Scott because he got those like when he was graduating. Anyway, dear Mariah, first off, I apologize for being an ass. For not being supportive, helpful, and generous, all those things you do for me continuously. Secondly, I apologize for doubting your ability to turn a deficit into an asset. You manage to do it every time. I'm a living example. Oh, see? Woo. Today's my good day, though, so I'm not like super duper emotional, and I'm just kind of raging today. So it evens out my emotions.
Yeah,
love you always and forever, yo mama.
Goes into the
revenge card.
Revenge card box.
Maybe I should go find Nathan's note and put it in there.
Put it in there. Really, seriously.
That one really is applicable. There was a threat involved.
Okay. I just have to share a few of these little things here with you before we go topside, because I've got some topside stuff to show you too. Okay, so I bagged and tagged this. Leftover fuzzy bits, aka dryer lint, from Mariah's Valentine Box Project 2025, used to create flocked style paper.
Here's the other thing. So she asked me, she says, what do you want me to do with this? I said, it is now in your hands.
Bagged and
For
tagged
me,
it.
I would have put it in the trash because it served its purpose and there's no need to, because it's kind of balled up at this point. And I mean, you could still glue it down.
But it's going to be kind of lumpy.
It's going to be lumpy. It's not going to have the same.
You know, I just kept looking at it and thinking, I kind of like that lumpy stuff, and it might be just the thing I need for a card.
Lumpy and fluffy.
Next problem will be finding it. Okay, so I found this thing when I was going through some stuff over here, and you see the big word on the front?
Done.
Okay, so
she bagged it.
I annotated below it, January 2025. This folder, Bag and Tag It, was obviously labeled early on in the jumping adventure and illuminates the depth of inexperience, only much later recognized. Another rather telling indicator, it was empty. Ha 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 ha. In it. Obviously, there was something in it, but, you know, I guess it just wasn't done yet.
Or really it
done
was.
enough.
Or maybe it was really done, and then...
I wouldn't have moved on to something else.
Yeah, it got put in with the thing that it, you know.
Okay. Sonia, don't send anything else. I love you, girl. And I mean...
We're trying to figure out where to put things.
Yeah. And I want to tell you, I love the little bin thing for the water and the brushes. I don't have the real estate on my table here, but let me tell you who does. And it is absolutely perfect because she's always knocking over the jars. They're too little. This sucker is going to sit there and she'll have to knock it off the table in order to spill it.
Well, give her a challenge. But God knows. We feel like it.
She rises too. On every occasion. Yeah. All right. So I'll just put those
Robin.
In here. We finally got all the little tags that they did not send. The other was, you know, mysterious person sent it, but they all ended up in triplicate in the final box. I'm assuming this is the final box. Okay. Topside, Mariah.
Here we go. Hang on, y'all. Here we go. Top view. There it is.
I'm just waiting to see what.
Takes a second.
Oh, this stuff over here. Why is that there?
So many questions.
So many questions.
So few answers.
Not enough answers. All right. So you saw this in its infancy, right? When I just had it, and it was first of all, it was a brayer off. And then I was working on my writing. And then I just kind of, it just evolved. And then I had this wonderful, remember this? Remember this? This was from last time.
I know, and I have a short ready for that. You've already chopped it up, but that's all right.
Yeah, but
maybe I'll send them over to this
wonderful
stream.
Crackly bits on that. So this is definitely going to be something I'm still using.
Now you've officially seen it in 2 streams.
Yeah. And anyway, what I did was I glued a lot of that. See, you can recognize the crackles here.
Yeah, nice.
And then came back in with colored pencil. And the last thing was I went over the top of it all with the gloss glazing liquid. Can you see the little
Seal that
What
business
it really does is
in.
it really just pops the color.
Yeah.
Because the
I just had a weird deja vu.
this clear texture gesso really,
Yeah.
clear texture gesso will sort of dull everything out.
Mm-hmm.
And in order to recapture that, you need.
They love it. Hi, Joni.
Thank you, thank you. All right, I'll just stick this in here.
Mm-hmm.
This is sort of a, one of those things that it's a time capsule.
Time capsule.
Time capsule. All
So,
right.
thoughting has been done.
Thoughting is done.
had the
Solidarity.
She had the paper for it and everything.
Hang together here.
And we'll get through things.
Thick and thin.
And get them
here,
done.
Sonia, here's the list. I'm keeping that also.
Tambien.
Tambien. And here, I got to show you this because this is probably just correct. Mariah will
I
correct
saw
it.
that. I wasn't going to
I
comment.
saved all of the little things.
Of course you did.
I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet.
But there's big something.
And then I saved all this little packaging here. But doesn't that make the most lovely rainbow?
I will tell you this. So that little plastic bubble packaging business can come in very handy. You can do some really cool things. Remember, I kept those egg ones,
Dude.
and we used that for the dragon's eyes. So if you're into like mass making sculpture or even shaker cards or just things that you want to make bumpy, extra bumpy, they're really great.
And the thing about these little things here, the thing that came into, they have the little window blocker inside of them, so you could incorporate that into your whole design. So I don't think that this is silly that I saved these. I think
I'll put them over here because I have those sorts of things. Like,
I thank you very much for that. And oh my goodness, I struggled this. Yesterday was just a real hard day. I don't, for whatever reason.
Well, you had to go out and about and drive. Just very stressed
with my
about
husband, and he, until he gets clearance to drive, I'm his chauffeur, and it's driving me crazy because he tells me how to drive, just like, oh man,
that's why I don't drive. I'm the helper,
and
I tell him,
and he's kind of irked because he's not driving because I think I make him really nervous.
I need to send you this thing that Brad sent to me. Well, he actually played it for me, but I'll send it to you, make you laugh about, being the driver helper.
Yeah. All right. Well, all I've got to say is this is the most wonderfully curated color selection ever of any paint set I have ever received. Because here's what I want to point out to you. This is what you look for. Wonderful yellows goes into the, I don't need orange. I know how to make orange. Don't waste your time getting orange. But these right here are just absolutely fabulous. You've got a warm red and a cool red. And I could have made that darker, but I just didn't. Here, this is really funny too. So I don't know how long ago, but it was quite some time ago. I purchased this tube of,
I think it was accidental.
It was accidental. I thought it was acrylic.
Right. I have also done this.
And it was on sale.
That's how they get you.
You see the size of the tube there?
That is also.
You don't pay attention to the size of the tube.
Like, that's a great
let me tell you
price.
what, that was an expensive little booger.
Yeah.
And if all these paints cost as much as that little paint there, right there, this is a mighty fine turpentine. So what I did, I had some leftover pans, and I just squeezed it out. And what you do is you just let it dry, and then it's just like pan.
That's how it
that's how it works. And then today.
So if you have those little tube watercolors that are dried up, even in the tube, you just cut those boogers open, and you can even draw with them, and then do the thing. And
you don't ever throw those away. Yeah, I've got a whole box of them somewhere over there.
Just cut them tubes open.
Cut them tubes open.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho.
Oh, welcome ever after.
So look at these wonderful. I mean, this right here. This is undersea green. Look at how it separates out. I know. And then this one, Caroline, and this one over here is green apatite, and it's genuine. I wrote down that genuine because I don't know what that means. I guess before I had always had fake. I don't know.
The faux.
Faux.
That's
and
genuine.
Moon Glow, and she sent me another tube of Moon Glow. I mean, isn't that a beautiful color? I hope, is it showing up? I'm not getting a shine on it because I did cover this. Okay, I got out of order here, and it was because of my extra thing. And so I had to come in and cut and paste.
That's all right.
The colors on.
You did good.
Okay, yeah. And anyhow,
but those two should be swapped. But
remember, you want to do this before you start painting because I don't care how careful you are, you're going to contaminate the colors in there.
Oh, Debsy says genuine is not hue, at least sometimes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. But anyhow, I did pull off this thing, and then I put it back on there for a little while because some of the colors were still wet, and I didn't want to mess up my
Christy.
My thing. And you realize you can take this off because it's just on here with this piano wire.
I'll bring my water up here. I don't think I did.
I don't think you did. I didn't see it. And you can take it off, which I probably will do because I don't have enough real estate here. Hey, Mariah, you want to grab that little thing so I can show it?
Oh,
the thing that we decided. The other thing I would say to you, because, you know, here I go. I've got a whole bunch of watercolors, and I've only started writing on what they are. Now, the ones that I have from Hippie Crafter have a little sticker on them, fortunately.
Well, because they came in their own containers.
Yes. Now, these, you realize that you saw how they came the other day.
Because you buy them
this was ordered.
open stock or whatever.
And they just snap right in there. And I really like this because I kind of, when you get them, if you buy them in the case, pardon me, it seems like they're always just squeezed in together. And I like a little space in between them.
You can get a little wild with your...
Yeah. And I'm trying to
less cross-contamination.
Move this one over a little bit here. Yeah, because they are kind of, I mean, they are snapped in there.
Hey, Glenda.
But anyway, I really like that. And you can see I was mixing some color down there. Okay, you want to hand me blue-green?
These new ones, these here new ones are the David Smith.
Daniel.
David. You wrote oh, it's Daniel. I was right the first time, and then my brain went David.
Yeah. David is a naked statue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Extra fine, hand-poured, half pan. Now, that is information that's going to be relevant at some point, you know, like in the future.
And you think you're going to remember that stuff, but you don't. So if you're, you know, doing YouTube videos, it's very helpful to write down
This is the other reason that I do take the time to write down the color, and if it has a number, I write down the number also. It's just a double whammy. Now, it was weird. Some of these did not have numbers.
And she also puts the tape over it because she's learned her lesson on how sloppy she is sometimes, and things get then
when
messed up.
Close it up, and I forget that, you know, that they're still in liquid form.
Drippy business there.
Drippy business gets all over.
But if you keep your swatches separate, then, you know, no problem.
Yeah. I can't remember what I did on this one. Well, I obviously didn't tape this one. I need to.
Yeah.
Don't we have a laminator?
We do.
Well, you think we can bust that baby out?
Sure.
But anyhow.
It's either under over there or yeah, it's over there somewhere.
Okay. To my knowledge, we've never used it.
Once. Remember when we did the baby butter, you know, Izzy's butter?
Oh, yeah.
We laminated some of those things. So that was about 6-7 years ago.
That was the last time it was used.
And that went back in the box.
All right. So these are my watercolors. I'm very proud of them. And we're going to have another watercolor day, I promise. And I've got some ideas.
Well, you did a fabulous job, Sonia, on picking the colors.
Oh, I mean, I love them. They're all. And, you know, here, let me get the back. I want to talk about that.
Oh, sorry, but you want to talk about that some more.
Just a little bit more, because I started to say this and then I didn't. All right, so I talked about the yellows. And the red, cool red, warm red. You've got the violets here, which this one was the Winsor Newton. But this is Wisteria and Rose of Ultramarine. And I love that moon glow. But look at your blues here.
Yeah.
Those are wonderful blues. You've got your turquoise, and then you've got your other that leans toward the violet into things. Those are the two that you need there. You need good yellows, you need good reds, and you need good blues. The greens are just extra, but look at that undersea green right there. Man, do I ever love that.
Hey, my magnet thingy is downstairs. Brad actually used it. He needed it. I was moving. I was gonna move you over, and then the baby is hauled off with the other one, and there should be 3 of them, but
All right. Then here's the little thing that I was talking to you about. I don't have room for it here, but it'll be absolutely fabulous for Izzy because she can come in and she can mix her
and
colors
also
here.
cover her stuff up because she is very bad about.
And it's got its own little well here, and see how sturdy this is. It's not going to spill. It's got a place where the brushes go down and they're not squishing down. And then this little thing here to brush your bristles with, folks.
Super cool little caddy thing.
Super cool little caddy thing. The handle comes up. Yeah, she will really,
Well, she could actually even keep her stuff in there.
Oh, she could. And I like, see this?
And put her name across the top. Yeah.
It's a mighty fun little thing. And if and when my studio becomes larger and I have more
She'll take
real
it back
estate,
over.
I'll take it back. I've been known to do that.
She will do that.
Because I like everything about it, except it takes up too much room and I just don't have it right now. All right. We'll just go over the top of that. All right. So today, and one of these days I'm going to put some clean paper down. I know I keep threatening to do that.
Yeah.
That hasn't happened yet.
No.
Obviously. We're going to put down some, why is this, what's the deal?
What's up?
I just,
What do you?
pulls out of there weird.
It makes a terrible noise.
Well, sometimes it do. Remember this?
Remember? Ooh, should you talk about this real quick?
Yeah, I should.
Kind of transitions.
It is a transition.
Look at us.
Okay.
Transition.
So I was up here swatching out my watercolors, right? And Mariah I went down and talked to her, and we were talking about.
And I had that on the stairs because I was going to bring it up. And she's like, what is this?
And so I had made this little thing because I was just messing around with my, this cool brush that I have. It's actually it's called a lettering brush. It's all it is. It's just a flat.
And I think I should take over Sunday.
Oh.
Or, partial. To get this card business done.
Okay. So, let me turn this around so that you can see the variety.
Oh, but look at that. Very first one I was right.
This one.
No, the other end. First one. That's actually the top. The lightest is the last one I did.
I'm not sure I agree with that.
You don't agree with that?
No, I don't agree with that. I think that's the best.
Oh,
one.
I don't. Look in the camera.
Well, that doesn't matter. This is what I'm looking at right
Well, that's
here.
what I'm looking at is what's in the camera.
This just needs to be darkened up a bit.
Well, you realize that,
That's gray.
They're all based on the same color mix.
Well, I don't know. I don't care if they're based on.
What do y'all think?
That's not it. This is the color hue. And that I'm saying the color family. This is it right here. It just needs to be intensified. More of it. Okay, so this little thing, and this is so weird because when I came up on the stairs, I saw this and I said, Mariah, what is that? She said, well, that's my color shift thing that I'm doing for the printer.
Yeah.
And I said, well, let me tell you what I was doing yesterday is I was just messing around waiting for my things to get dry so I could move them out of the way.
I think
I made
number
this
2's
little
better,
card.
yeah.
Look at that.
They're saying you're right. God, maybe I seriously need, maybe the eyeballs are even, well, y'all know, I see color differently. We've established that.
All right, here, let me turn it around like this. Because you're seeing then the lighter. This is going to be much more.
Actually, I think a lot of people are saying the number 2 one, the second one in, which they, like I said, they're all mixes. The base, like I think every single one of them is 100% cyan, right? And then what I adjusted is whether or not, like, how much magenta and how much yellow was in it. And I tried to keep the black consistent because let me tell you, one of the things that can muddy up inkjet printed color is the black.
Yeah, don't be.
Try to, like, not have that in there unless you absolutely, you know.
And I noticed that Sonia did send me a black, and I was appreciative of that because the very rare occasion that I do use black, I really need it. But most of the time, I don't use black. All right, now, we did this at the end of the session.
Mm-hmm. And our thought was to use the lilac.
To use the lilac interference. I don't know if that's what they call it. To pull this with. And I think that's a good thing. Now, my only problem with that is it definitely won't be.
Oh, they loved your calligraphy. Gina did. Hey, Gina.
Thank you. So we decided
Hey,
lilac.
Becky.
The lilac is the red leaning.
Yeah. I think that's the smarter way to go because if you do the blue, it's going to darken things in a way. And I think we need it to shift more pinky red than we do more blue.
More blue.
That's my personal feeling. Now, maybe you put a little bit of both, like, you know, do half and half. I'm cool with that.
Well, I don't really want to do that because I want to emphasize the design. I think when you do stuff like that, it gets, you know, kind of
I just
cutesy.
I'll tell you this. I don't think that there's going to be that big of a difference, so I don't know that it would
I think
make a big
you
old
could be very wrong about that.
Okay, well, you could prove me wrong.
Yeah.
There's only one way to do that, though. By doing what I want you to do.
I'm not going to do that.
Shake it. I need to go find my water. I haven't been drinking enough water. Too much coffee.
Yeah, that'll.
Now that. But the coffee's been darn good.
All right, now should I put tissue down or should I put paper down?
Ooh, that is a very good question. I would like paper because remember, I'm going to collage with these and I want to stack them and whatnot.
Well, I think you'll be better off with tissue.
But I don't want to layer that. Like, I want them more like my stiff stuff here. This.
Okay.
Like, I need it to hold up.
You're going to be losing a whole lot of real estate here, but
well,
you know.
that's all right. I can deal with that.
Okay.
Remember?
Just wanted to provide the option there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Michelle.
We could have probably got some really great crackling had we used tissue paper too. But
Well, we'll just, you know.
6 of one, half a dozen
Then
of
the other.
I don't know why I keep ripping up my paper, and boy, that was dry. And look at that. That did not come up. That's not a good.
Not a good sign, necessarily.
Not a good indicator. I hope we.
But it's pretty. We'll see. He is here.
Who?
Eduardo.
Eduardo?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what we're calling him these days?
That's what Liz Jean said.
Okay, I'm just pulling this off because I think that this is going to be it. The plate that I'm going to use.
Oh, goodness.
What?
Okay, so Lorraine is new, and in the last 24 hours, she has attempted some gel printing, and the paint is drying fast.
Oh, but
She's located in Carrie's area, which I thought was, I mean, it's the UK, so that means, you know, it's certainly more moisture than we have here necessarily. But that's the main thing. You may want to double check. Okay, so where you are gel printing kind of matters as far as like in your house. If you're next to a heater, if it's cold, you know, whatever.
Fans are on.
Fans are on. Anything like that is going to create a faster drying kind of little environment for you. If you have a humidifier, that's one very quick way we learned the other day. put that thing on, and you don't necessarily have to worry about the paints themselves. Otherwise, if you're kind of running into that problem consistently with the particular paints that you're using, and it's happening with all of the paints, then perhaps purchase some retarder or extender, drying extender. What that will do is create you mix it in with your paints, and it allows the paint to dry slower, or it makes it so it dries slower. Those are some options there. And one of the other things is it really, like, the types of paints that you are using. Some paints dry faster than others.
They do. And so your chalky matte paints do have, generally speaking, there are exceptions, I'm sure, but dry faster on the plate.
Yeah. Oh, she does have a fan in her room. So, see, maybe they could even just be turning that off could make all the difference for you.
I'd definitely start with that.
Or moving it, not blowing right at you. Because we know, get warm in the art room. That's no fun. This one over here can't handle it. It just gets real.
Yeah. You don't want to see it. It's not a pretty sight.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm just trying to get this cleaned up enough that we're going to do some long hauls today.
Long haul.
And the reason we're doing that is because, number one, I don't have anything lined up to do, and we already had one session this week that was confusing, and we don't want to have like 2 days in a row. God knows.
Try to spread those out.
Yeah, I try to spread that out a little bit so people don't think that this, 2 days in a row. And
like those people don't know what they're doing.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
You ain't wrong.
It's people over here. Are they?
Is there a recommended humidity level for gel printing?
Oh gosh.
Good gosh, Walter. No, I mean,
For heaven's sakes, the science part of things, about as sciencey as I get, is I get out a ruler and measure something.
Mm-hmm. That's what the SpongeBob ruler. That's how serious she is about it. Just wanted you to know. Izzy was very impressed, though. She's like, oh, Gigi, you kept it.
But I made the numbers on the other side because I couldn't
see those tiny numbers.
They just went with the centimeters on that side, and that does not tickle my fancy.
SpongeBob, those darn centimeters. But yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Again, what are you wanting from your gel prints? Because sometimes it's really nice when it dries fast.
Oh, yeah. And you get some stuff left on there, and you can pick it up later, and it's like wonderful stuff. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, or if like you've got a nice...
Like the stuff that I'm pulling off right now. And at another time, I would just be really happy that this was still on here.
Mm-hmm.
But because I'm going to do long hauls today... Oh, that's on my... I keep trying to get that... That's on my underneath.
Keep at it, Patricia. 20 minutes in.
20 minutes in, and I'm still trying to get that thing up that's on the other side of the...
Love it. Love it. It's binging at me. So, yeah, I think, and that was a great recommendation. Eddie says, check your app, your weather apps, and they will let you know kind of what the current humidity is. That's a really great thing, because then you can kind of track it and go, I had a really successful day this day. I liked what was going on with these particular paints. And because that's the other thing, is this is why I get to know your paints. They will act differently. We know... We can say with most certainty that a majority of the metallic paints dry very quickly. Well, that's still sort of relative. Like, that isn't a, boom, 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 boom.
Absolutely.
But they do dry quicker than the others. Paints that have a blue coloring pigment to them dry quicker. Unless, of course, it's an open paint, because they have put the extender in those paints. But we've even noticed, as far as open paints go, if it's a blue color, it still dries faster than the other colors. There's some, know the paints that you have, and then kind of, gear your preferences and understanding about what you want to achieve. Are you doing a long haul? What does that mean? Utilizing that particular paint? Because that's the other thing, is even when you're doing a long haul, you kind of want to interchange them. because as you are going through and doing the different layers, you're going to get different things happening with utilizing heavy body, fluid acrylics, even just some of the craft paints that are a little bit more liquidy, a little bit more fluid. The different release times that are going to happen, and you're going to see that today, hopefully.
Okay.
Haven't jinxed us.
Yeah, I was going to do these,
And we were laughing.
the waffles.
You're not going to waffle?
I'm not going to waffle today.
No waffling, huh?
Well, you know, here's the thing. And I don't...
She's getting spherical. Spherical. Spherical.
Okay, and I think I just put the wrong side down.
I don't know that that's going to probably... You want to be real careful with these little boogers.
Can't really tell. That's weird. Okay, you always start with the biggest ones. At least that's what I recommend.
Ah, there you go, Lorraine. So you might want to get like an extender, a retarder of some sort to mix in with them. That'll give you maybe more time to do what you're trying to achieve. Yeah. Once she gets started, I'm going to go get some water. Oh, so these are the inner parts. She's just that scared y'all.
Nipping.
Yeah. Once they're yours, you can do those sorts of things. Oh, bye, Carrie. Thanks for hanging. Hey, Jim.
You know, I'm just kind of taking these as they come here. Yeah, I like that.
I think you like the more inner parts. They look more dangerous.
True that.
Oh, there you go, Walter.
All right, now I know that this is terrible, and you're probably all having a but
just nip it.
The overlapping.
It's gonna cause you problems.
All kinds. Now I might be able to get away with that right there.
I don't think you should do it. I think you need to cut it.
I'm leaving it. I'm taking a chance.
All right. Well, maybe we can at least we can show the folks at home what's gonna happen.
The who's it, what's it?
Mm-hmm.
The who's it, what's it of the All right, I'm pulling this up because I want to use these little daubers here. And then I'll be cutting this inside business up. Always want to try
Oh, I like this.
get a variety of sizes going. I'm really very impressed, and this is going to be 4.
Hey, and let me tell you, Rhonda, she put in some serious work, working on this set. Because I told her, I was like, yeah, just do it like the nested thing, but you know, just saying, just do it. It's one of those things. Now, this is one of the reasons that you want to partake in a long haul, is if you've spent this much time putting something down, you want to get the most out of it.
Yeah, and I could put that down, but remember what these little pieces?
No, those are surefire. Catch them up into the brayer and
catch them up and wrap them around.
It cause all kinds of other problems.
All kinds.
There you go. I like that.
Kind of cool. Does a bit of closure there, don't you think? Yeah, don't see that little piece right there? Throw that on the floor in the trash right away.
Preferably trash. Because if it gets stuck on something, then you're irritated too. Because then you're like, where did this little white spot come from?
And you know, I don't know how much I'm going to go off the page here. But
I think that's worth doing.
Just,
you know, you got the plate, stick it to it. That's why you got the big one, right? Fill it up.
and make sure they're all adhered. Now, the whole thing that I really like about this, I just didn't take the time to cut around it.
That'll be later.
That'll be later, but I will do that because I'm liking this. I'm about ready to. I've knocked over that thing I don't know how many times today.
What thing? Oh.
Throwing that piece away is too little for anything anyway.
Okay.
Very rarely do I do that. Okay, let's go. Now, what Mariah was talking about earlier, she said, you know, you need to go back and forth on your... The first layer is super important, and I think it needs to be dark.
Yes. It seems to be the most successful.
As that's outlining and defining the shapes and edges of your stencil that's on here. And I would normally...
we also discussed she's going to hopefully utilize some of... Well, actually, she's going to utilize all of the color combo colors.
Oh, yes.
At some point. Like, I don't think you have to do it, like, right up front either.
Well, how about if we just go ahead and go with a really dark purple right off the bat?
Okay. Oh, yeah, because it's heliotrope? Right?
Heliotrope.
Yeah, heliotrope.
Heliotrope. Okay.
Flower.
I've got some things that
Hello, Cynthia.
I have to get rid of here. I don't know.
All right, I'm going to go grab my water.
All right. So I think this is probably a little redder than it needs to be. But I think it's going to be very close. Initially, when you're starting and you have a brand new stencil, which you know that this one is, and I should have sprayed over that, but oh well. It's all right. Don't be afraid to use a little bit more paint than you would normally use because it's going to be sticking to your surface. And I'm going to be pulling all of these with tissue paper.
Oh, I think that's a very good match to the... But well, then, you know...
Yeah, it's...
You're talking to the...
Probably not perfect, but, you know, it's...
I feel like when I match it, it's... I don't know.
And I'm going with rough side down. We have decided that there really isn't a right or a wrong way to do this.
Nah.
Just... And when you pick it up and you look at it and you say, okay, there's some areas where there's still some white showing, that means that it didn't get down in there and get up the paint. And sometimes I just kind of leave it because I want some of that there. That's what the beauty is of doing these.
Long haul. And a long haul because it has been asked, and I'm going to read it directly from the PM Isms glossary because I would hate to, you know, be incorrect about our own definitions. A technique coined during a stream by our superstar Arty friend who happens to be here, Deb C, once known as super layering or long haul, stuck for the extreme use of one stencil, layers of paint pulled with tissue, and then another layer of paint, and so on. And then at the end, once you've kind of built up the layers around the design, you remove the design or remove the stencil mask, whatever it is that you're utilizing, and then let that dry. Then you put the final pull you know, a whole layer. So there you go.
All right. There we go. We've got some purple. You can see it's kind of building up in there. That's what we want. We want that sort of action right now. That's okay. We're going to hit it with some quinacridone purple in the era. And we've got the fan going today.
I can turn it off if you want.
I think you should turn it off because it's drying my paint out excessively.
Well, we have the AC on too.
I knew that was going to happen. I don't know how. Putting tissue paper away and trying to get it stacked in there is kind of like pushing a rope upstream.
Oh, can you identify the transparency of each paint that is laid down? Well, most of these are going to be pretty semi-transparent.
Yes. And that is a good, crap showing up here.
Yeah. Number one, that's just kind of how P rolls anyway. But there are some paints that identify more as opaque, but you don't use a lot of those during a long haul, usually. Because you want that kind of layering that's going to kind of happen. Like, the first couple are just going to be pretty solid, like that color.
Now, I'm going to pull this one back in and do this one on here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull in a...
Hi, Kathy!
And the big thing about this is you just keep going back and forth with your different kinds of paint. Your dark, your light, and don't forget white. White has a really...
So what is that one? Try to call out your colors.
This is transparent red iron oxide. I love
in a fluid.
In fluid. I love it with purple.
Quite transparent.
Quite transparent. Oh, okay. I was trying to pull that off, but it was the end of my stencil.
See, right there.
There's a little... see where I was jumping up and down on it?
Yeah, and I saw that little leafy thing lift because it's the part where she said she's going to leave it, that it's overlapping. Mm-hmm.
And you get a wrinkle or two, you don't really worry about that. Now see what's starting to happen here. You're getting a double.
Oh, Ricky, let's see. Liz says she got some beautiful gel printings and burr-offs from Miss Nordmeyer, plus some fun webbing pieces. What is that called? I don't know. Ricky, you still here? Liz wants to know what's the webby business that she got.
All right, this is metallic turquoise, and I need to move.
This is very opaque.
And I'm going to add some of my
Washiati mix.
Washiati mixy. Oh, that's maybe not.
I think that's the real deal stuff.
Here it is.
Here, that's the one.
This is the one. See, it says
altered. We should just start calling them just altered, and then that way the hashtag, you know, corresponds with what we put in the altered.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So see, now you can really see kind of the difference where it's heavy, where the metallic is opaque, where the little washout crazy mix. Mm-hmm. I like that it doubles up, like when Mo and Eddie hit the hashtag thing. that really emphasizes for folks that, hey, we really don't always know what's in these things. It's a long process. of alteration.
That it is.
Yes. It's good to be, yeah, no, I like that you guys do that twice.
Now the reason I shush some of that mixture out there,
yeah,
is because that metallic is going to dry super quick, and I'm not going to be able to get a good pull or a good print. I'm going to try to take care of that as you go along.
And one of the reasons that, okay, so you have to think about your area that you're covering as well. So that serves two purposes in this, in the fact that the metallic's going to dry quick, plus this is a large area, so you kind of want something to extend out. That is beautiful. I love what's happening here.
And this was the one that did not print, you know, that was just a partial print.
Right.
Very loosey-goosey partial print.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now is the time that we're going to come in with some airbrush medium white, because we've got a lot out here. And this, we know for a fact, is going to help it resolubilize, even though it is slightly dry. Turn my lovely brayer off around here.
So Ricky says that the webbing was a webbing type of material is a China special on a long roll. Comes in various colors, but have white and black. Kind of stiff or texture in collage. There you go.
Ooh,
Hi, Laura.
I might need some of that, Ricky. Sounds pretty yummy.
Oh, and hey, Patty. I don't know if I said hello or not. Florals, yeah. I think we have some. Is it the round kind of? We may have some. You know, the round stuff that's very, like, you got to cut it with scissors. It doesn't
Oh, yeah,
tear.
yeah.
Is it that kind of stuff?
Because it definitely was not a tearing one.
Mm-hmm.
But boy, it made, remember I made pockets with it.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
All right, you know, this is a really good thing. Tell me again who our beginning gel plater is.
Lorraine.
Lorraine. Okay, Lorraine, do you see what's happening here? I would recommend a long haul as a learning process to discover what your paints do.
Yeah, and it's a quicker movement, because then you're not like making all those other decisions. Like, you've made the big decision of, hey, these are the prints I'm gonna get.
Yes.
Now you can play with the color and your paints.
Yes. Absolutely. Okay, I'm taking this away. Look at how beautiful that is.
That is.
And I'm kind of taking my time here so that I don't have a sticking together problem back over here, because I do have a limited amount of room to be displaying these, and it's always kind of fun to have them in order.
Oh, this is Spherical by Rhonda. This is one of her latest designs. It's a spin-off of the Suspicious Sprouts,
which are some of my favorites to use for.
She's
in fact,
long
I have a hole.
Yeah.
I have a hole, and I may do that. Okay, this is Iridescent Bronze Fine.
And it can be opaque-ish. It can also be really blended out. I think in this case it's going to probably be more opaque-ish. Especially when it starts picking up those other colors and stuff too.
See that little overlapping that we were talking about there?
And if you don't have wet strength tissue, Deli paper is another great one. Don't really recommend a lot of the like rice papers or whatever because you're gonna kind of run into a timing issue with some of it, and you're probably it'll kind of gum up the works because sometimes it sticks.
It does, and it's going to make you very angry because then you're going to have to deal with that along with the other requirements, which is, you know, get it on and get it off.
Right, and you do want a lightweight paper like a tissue
to get down in those.
Yeah. That's part of the deal with the whole long haul business. Wow. It's very pretty. Hey, and this kind of hits the beigey, the coffee one. What's the coffee color?
The coffee color is iced coffee.
Iced coffee.
Okay, here we're going to do, and I know when I say brown, Mariah always goes, oh my God, really? Van Dyke. Because we still have lots of gold out there. And we know that because, well, we've only done about 900 of these.
So we're loosely hitting on the color combo. But what's great is there's going to be probably parts of these papers that will be like pretty much spot on. So we'll be able to use like pieces and parts, and that's where I'm going to come in. I don't know if it's going to be this Monday or the next one.
Well, you can have Sunday.
Well, I gotta finish the heart box before I start a new thing. Like, I can't. But I plan on using these papers. That's why I've kind of put in the special request of hitting on some of the color combo. Because I think that'll be fun. For the paper clip, I'm comboing up the paper clip swap, although I'm not swapping mine. I will participate in spirit. But I like keeping my stuff.
She's stashed with her.
I am. I'm always sad when I send things away. They're like my little babies.
You know,
I don't even like it when she gives away some of her stuff. Like, I get upset.
We're still talking about it.
Yeah. There's some people that own some of her artwork that, you know. Like, I know who they are. I need to check in with you.
Yeah, and when we go to visit, she checks to see that it's still there.
Yeah.
Okay, now see how when I look over there and I'm going, okay, yeah. Kind of try to do that too because that's going to keep me from
getting gummed up on the edges.
Especially that last one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the one.
I used to, Gray, but like we have so much stuff. I'm okay with like some of her prints and things like leaving that haven't been made into something, but when we really make something, then I get very attached to it. That's lovely. Yeah, so there's sort of two parts to the long haul. Like, number one, you get the various prints throughout each layer. And some of those can get really, really cool because as you move along, the paint's going to release from the stencil or slash masks, whatever thing that you have down there. It's eventually going to start pieces of that's going to come up, and those layers from before, those colors will be there on the print. Jeanette said, you can't take it. Like, we've sent some things to Jeanette. Hey, listen, if you have stuff, trust me, it's because, you know, there was discussion, and then it was like, okay.
Yeah, I'm willing to give this up.
Yeah.
And also, you know,
Mm-hmm.
Quite honestly, if you have some, it means that you're pretty special.
Yeah. And then the pieces that we've put into the shop, like every once in a while we go back through and take things out. Because we're like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready for it. Yeah, that was...
Yeah.
Sometimes we look at things and we feel like, okay, we just have so much stuff. So it's okay. It's funny. But it is hard. It's hard to... Hi, Rhea. Welcome.
Sometimes I use my paper towel instead of the Baron because I want to push it down in there and start getting some of that up when I start seeing a lot of stuff is being left behind in the crevices and the openings, and I feel like, okay, now would be a good time to start, getting some of that to come up. Then I really come in with and you can see there's
Oh, the tea bag paper stuff does work pretty good. It's strong. We only have little pieces of it, or, well, we actually have some others. There's always a purple print.
always.
It's always good.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna do a purple here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean a purple. Just did purple. We're gonna do
the white.
Helia Gulfstream.
Gulfstream? Is that what it?
Gulfstream. We're gonna go for Gulfstream.
Oh, the color, the Gulfstream color.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good call. Yeah, just a little white with the what's this one? This is
teal,
oh.
which I think is bogus. I would say it's opaque turquoise.
Bye, Walter. Thanks for hanging.
And we may have a brayer off here that comes really close to the
color combo. Yeah. Yeah, you should retire that one afterwards, and we'll keep that as like
this is it.
This is record that the colors were used. It may not have come out that way, but that's the colors were used.
What kind of
yeah, it got murky.
Murky.
They usually are set for 8.5 by 11. And then, like, on a lot of the PM Artist Studio printables, can't remember if I left a border or not. I know on Carrie's latest set, there's not a border, but if you print, you can make things shrink to size, or, if you have a printer that prints borderless.
Now, look at this.
That's beautiful. And I think that's very close to, like, the color. All the colors are represented in there. That's a really good one.
I don't want to say it too loud. Yeah. Okay. And I am going to retire this, even though the color over on the one side went kind of on me.
I think it's representing.
I think so. All right. So let's just use something we haven't used before. And we're always talking about opaque as opposed to... Okay, here we go. Yellow ochre.
She loves yellow ochre.
Now, I don't know that this is the thing to do, but
I don't think that is the thing to do, because some things that are going to happen here is green.
Which doesn't upset me as much as it does Mariah.
That's true. And it's the green that I don't love.
That's the green she doesn't love.
Like frogs are going to be leaping off there. Little leprechauns.
Bah humbug. All right, we're going to go ahead and, I mean, if we're going to swamp it, we're just going to go the whole hog.
That's right. St. Patrick's Day is just around the corner.
Well, I don't think this is more like the creature from.
Yeah, no, that's goose turd right there. And that'd be opaque.
And a lot of paint.
Yeah.
This is probably going to be a twofer.
Maybe a 3.
Threefer.
There's a 3. Because it's not even braying off. This is just like, look at that. Just paint the walls with that. Hi, Paige.
I want to make sure I got her down in there.
Yeah. This is going to be the color that squishes underneath. And it's like, hi, remember me? Oh, perfect. Yeah, it came from the baby. This is the baby poo.
After eating some of the horrible,
No, this is like just
mashed pumpkin.
no, this is like just baby on, milk food.
Look at that. It's coming all the way through.
I've heard stories like that, Jeanette. Hey, but it did lift some stuff and got things, That's,
I'm going to put this on the floor.
you want me here? Let me come take that so you don't. It doesn't get scary. Scary.
Okay, you don't. That one is going to be a great candidate to use for a print over.
A print over, yes.
Sometimes you just look at these things, and that's what I would say about all those beginning prints. Don't toss any of them. You can always print over it. And if you don't like it, you use opaque paints and, yada, yada, it's gone. Dunsies. Oh, look at this.
But that's pretty. That's not too shabby.
Oh, I love it. And now I'm going to come back in with my brown. And let's see, we're going to use some of this. This is wash out. But I feel like
you need to kind of deal with the situation that's still happening there before you start adding more situation.
You could be right about that. Could be right about that. Okay, let's go with our brown. Van Dyke.
She's switching it up, Mo. It's just the regular Van Dyke out of the
fluid acrylic.
Yeah. Can be transparent.
What?
It can be transparent. Like, when you braid it out pretty thin. See at the top there? But with the mix that's happening with the okra, there's not a lot of transparency happening. Just brown.
No, but we're getting some good layers here.
Fabulous.
That, may or may not release.
Got the 70s vibe going right now. Y'all remember that shag carpet.
And the brown couch.
And the brown couch. With the little flecks of yellow in it. It felt like, burlap sack.
Yeah, you didn't slide on it.
No, it was not. This wasn't the velvet couch.
Yeah.
We'll bring it back around.
And it certainly wasn't the surface for bare skin of any sort. You had your hot pants on, you don't want to sit on that
That's
couch.
right, Dawn. Exactly. Oh, yes. So during the long haul process, these prints, when you're doing the layers as she is with each different color of paint, the tissue is also beneficial because it can pick up and go down into the areas, and depending on how much pressure you put in those different areas, you can kind of create situations where it builds up a little more in some of them, or you can pick more of it up so that way it's like you get more definition. You can play with that whole pressure business. And this is the Aura copper, basically.
Yes, it is.
And this is more opaque. Yep.
All right, I'm really ready to start thinking about seriously redoing the studio.
Okay.
I just, I have to reach back to get this if I had my paper right here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's lots of things that you don't know
Until
when you
you've
first
done,
start.
yeah.
And, you know, when you're
Hi, Denise.
setting up your studio, you're going to change things.
I think the best thing to do is, you know, modular to, you know, the best of your ability. Make things to where they are movable. Or if it isn't movable, certainly that it can be reorganized in a fashion that, because I will say, you know, it's as painful as it is and whatever, when we do get down to it, a lot of times being able to move things around in here isn't terrible. But, you know, I mean, it is what it is. These kids are running in and out.
Okay, I just want to pick up some stuff. I don't know what color's going to come off of this.
Oh yeah, but that's gonna be interesting because it'll be. This might be very iced coffee-ish with a little cinnamon.
Because I'm hoping some of that metallic is still going to be revitalized with that layer of.
Mm-hmm. And welcome to those of you that have come in. Do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. If you haven't given those thumbsy upsies, would you please? We very much appreciate it. It is the #1 way to support what we're doing because it lets the YouTubes know, hey, I like this. You might like it too. And if you're feeling real frisky about things, share this with your friends.
Or just your acquaintances.
Or just
or,
on
you
your...
know, even people that you don't like, just don't sign your name.
Yeah, or just, you know, on your social media elsewhere. Just, you know, grab that little share
Friends
thing.
and family.
Friends and family. So, this is what I do with my afternoons or evenings or whatever. Check these ladies out. Look at that. So, that was with the transparent white.
And see, it's starting to pull stuff off the stencil now. This is what you like. And look at that color.
Mm-hmm.
That's our
Iced coffee.
iced coffee in metallic form.
Hey, and metallics are also in the, you know, you can use metallics.
Okay, we're gonna try some ultramarine just because we haven't. And this is.
Mm-hmm. And what's really nifty about these particular tissue papers that are created during a long haul, you're going to have areas that don't have paint on them. And so you can come back once they're dry and either put color washes on them. You can use your sprays. They're wonderful to collage with because they are the tissue paper. Lots of opportunity with them. And then you have and depending on like which colors, like if you wanted to stay within a certain color range, you could do that. And then, you know, cover a bookcase or whatever.
Yeah,
Just always make more papers than you think that you're going to need.
And remember when I did my boxes?
Yeah.
And I covered each successive side with a different print. Yeah. You should go get that, Mariah, and show them. Because, I mean, I know we showed them before, but...
Well, yeah, and then I'm sure Mo will probably find that, because she's awesome like that. She'll find that. I'm pretty sure it's in the long haul list, but I also have a playlist of, like, decor and jewelry and stuff like that. Those two playlists will have that particular stream, but yeah, I'll go in there and grab the little box. She's done a box, or the boxes that go in the little slots, and then she's done 2 different trays, and then little pencil holders and things around here. That's beautiful.
Isn't that gorgeous? That's probably my favorite so
Liz,
far.
so first of all, there is we have these like record crates is basically what they, you know, the size of them. They're little wooden crates. I used to have a I used to have a client that I did packaging for, and I would get those because I'd photograph them. But one of those is full of some of P's early prints. Told her the other day we need to go through those and like she needs to kind of do this thing with them, bring them back in, make them cool, or we chop them up and send them out. A lot of what P creates anymore are sent off in those little packets that we send out with the orders. If they are super duper like OMG kind of prints, she keeps them. And we have some of those like photo archival boxes that have like the little flip thing because they're bigger. Because usually the ones she ends up keeping for that are like that like super fancy, like she's been layering up, like work went into it. We keep those, and they usually are pulled on the what is it? The Jack Richardson?
Yes.
Mixed media, or it's printmaking paper. I think it's the mixed media.
Oh, I love it. This color.
Yeah, that's pretty.
So wonderful.
But yeah, that's usually what happens with them. Or they just get used in projects. Like these types of papers we would use to cover something.
Yes. My paper mache business. And remember, I've got one back here that I have in the works that I needed to let it sit for a long time because I wanted to make sure that it was completely dry because I really got heavy duty with the...
well, and it was soaking it up.
Was soaking it up, and I'd used spongy paper towel, which the cheaper your paper towel, the better it is actually for that process.
You don't want this quicker picker sucker upper.
Yeah, because they just stay
sucking.
wet for freaking ever. And, you know,
don't go with the fancy stuff.
Don't go with the fancy stuff.
With the cheap stuff. Oh, that's lovely on the plate.
Oh, yeah.
But that's cool, too. But I think if you could get one more out of it.
I think that what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with my...
There we go. Thank you, Mo. That is the link. Thank you so much.
Gold sloshy mixture.
No, don't do that.
What?
Susan Fernandez's toilet paper is not good for pulling prints. No.
No, it's a great thing to come in and do. Oh, this is going to be interesting.
You can do like this layered, embossed kind of thing with toilet paper. Is that what you were going to talk about?
Well, I really, you know, I knew I had to move along because,
Oh, yeah, you could flock things with the toilet paper. Why didn't I think of that?
Yeah.
If I sprayed it, let it dry.
I have a tendency to kind of, you know, forget about my edges.
Yeah. Well, it's easy because you're focused in on getting that middle part. Ooh, yes. Because you get a little bit of that copper business. There's a little bit of even the Van Dyke stuff coming up. That reddish, you know, the transparent iron oxide. Isn't that what you used?
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, this sucker is still wet. My ochre. It keeps on giving.
Did you notice that, Jeanette?
What?
It's just as I see the wheels moving in M's brain about using the toilet paper for the linty thing, because I was thinking about that. I'm like, all right, if I lay out, you know, fluffy toilet paper, and I spray it in the different colors that I want, and it dries, and then we do the deco foil, you know, sticky business, might just get her done. And then you just sort of rub off, like, sort of like what I did with the lint. Yeah.
This is Da Vinci.
Oh, and then Deb C says, to make the heliotrope, start with dioxazine purple, then add a bit more transparent red of some sort. Then dull it down. Boom. All right. There you go.
Okay, I've got some weird stuff going on with my brayer, but I'm just not going to worry about that now because that is drying as I speak.
Ooh. Love this. This was the Da Vinci.
Yes.
And I'll tell you, that stuff dries quick.
Don't worry. We are going to, at some point, go through all these.
You got 40 minutes.
I'm good.
Yeah. I love what's happening down here. You've got like
silver. I want the silver in the aura. Do you know where that is?
It should be right in here.
There we go. Because look at what these wonderful colors that we've got going here.
Mm-hmm.
We just have to work on getting them off of here because this is...
Well, you probably need to bust out with one of your high flows, I think.
Perhaps.
Perhaps, she says. Perhaps. This was the Aura Silver. Probably fairly opaque. Mostly opaque. I don't know. This one's kind of a little bit sheer. I'd say sheer more than like transparent. It's a difference.
But you see it reactivated a lot of the...
Uh-huh.
We're getting kind of a really nice
steely
slate gray.
Mm-hmm. Well, and this could almost be Gulf Stream. Almost. It needed a little more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, down here. Definitely.
Yeah. Exactly, Deb. She says sometimes silvers aren't as opaque as she thinks. Yeah, especially when you want them to be. when you're like, yeah.
Okay, that's very...
Wet, yeah.
Wet.
Oh, it does have a very octopus feel to the layout. Yeah. It should be a great background. Like, I mean, you were doing the pages for like a sea journal. I love a sea journal. Oh. Oh, hi, Yonka. We'll see you in the morning.
All right, I think that's really, really lovely. Okay. Oh.
Octopus stuff. We do have we have Paula's merman and then the sea creatures that go with the merman. There's an octopus in there or squid.
The AC's messing with my paper here.
Oh, well, you want me turned off?
No, it's good.
Okay.
I just put a thing on top of it.
If we ever do have a studio built, what we should do is have, floor vents. Just so one can be like right under you. But then it won't mess with the papers.
I don't know if this is going to do what I want it to do, but I'm going to give it a whirl.
I think you're probably talking about the one that Akiko made. Is that the journal that you're talking about? I've worked in basically three journals that people have sent to me. The one from Akiko, Darcy, and Julie Torrance. Is that right? Yeah.
I'm mostly just dabbing. I'm not.
Why are you just dabbing?
Because it was very wet.
Okay.
And I want the
Yes.
paint to stay where it is. I don't want to move it. So I want to have, I'm hoping that some of the green is going to come, the blue green is going to come off with the background of the yellow green.
Yeah. And I haven't seen Akiko around in a while, but she has a job that's like, you know, it's a very demanding job.
Well, and I was worried that maybe she was in the fire zone. What?
She is in California. I should check in with her. And I can't remember like the marketplace that she sells her stuff on, but she's not on Etsy. I just can't remember the one, and I do apologize. But if you find that, there should be a link to her stuff. If you find that, whenever I was working in her book, I would put that link in the description. Oh, that's really pretty. Well done.
Boy, that brings in the sea feeling, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And it really is.
I love that color.
It really is transparent. Look at that. Oh, picked up some paint there.
Mm-hmm.
Right there. Where it is. All right, you can see it's starting to pick up some of the color that is on the actual, and we do want to keep reinforcing that. Okay.
Oh, Susan wants to see, can we have a little peek underneath there to see what's
Sure.
possibly happening? Oh, see, I told you that wasn't really the ochre, but I think the
Combination of the ochre and that loosey-goosey, my brown mixture.
Yeah, your brown mixture. I was really trying. I was searching for words. Brown mixture, yes.
But we're not finished with this by any means. Okay. We've got lots of time. Black Flash.
Mm-hmm. I thought that was pretty bold of them to actually call it that, because the Black Flash is a, like, I think Deco Arts. I don't know. It's not like they probably have it a copyright on it or trademark.
It really isn't black, as you can see. It just, but it is kind of a, it's a funky color. I like it.
Maybe, Susan? I don't know. Yeah, And I think that if it stays along this sort of look, I think the final pull color, like if you used the pale green, that would be very pretty. Man, that went really grayish.
Grayish. It did.
Oh, hi, Anne.
I tell you what, I don't know why this gets stuck, but every now and then, and it's not because it's roller.
I worry about your reaction to it more than anything, falls. Because you get a little like with it, and I worry. Yes.
Well, worry. It's gonna be fast.
Yeah. I just kind of hope it happens off camera.
Oh, it might be the one that sends us over the top, Mariah.
Might be the one that gets us taken off the YouTubes. I have to move over to Twitch or something.
Start broadcasting on another network.
Mm-hmm. Well, mainly what happens is you don't get to monetize.
Well, does that mean they stop doing commercials?
I don't know about that.
Almost be worth it.
I hadn't really thought about that.
Well, I can tell you right now, if they're going to demonetize you and still show commercials, there's going to be some.
Yeah, that's kind of stuff like
going on. We're going to be talking to the lawyers on that one.
Yeah, talk to the manager. Very nice.
Isn't that a gorgeous, like, really pretty gray, neutral gray? I just love it. Love it.
Oh, that's a good call.
What?
Sonia says the opera pink. Stinky pink. Oh, see, she done ripped one up and don't even know where it went. Did it pull up with the last print? I thought I heard it. Did you flick it somewhere?
I don't know if it went somewhere.
Might have come up with a print. You got to kind of keep an eye on those sorts of things. But I thought I heard it. And it must have just happened.
And it went away.
Poof. Did y'all see it? Daddy said it flew across the studio.
Well.
Which direction? Prayer side or the other side? Which way were you brayering? Did it go over your shoulder?
I don't see it. I swear to God.
Oh, you do actually. They on smaller channels, they started doing that regardless of the size of the channel. Now they may, tap it back or whatever. Juliet says it's stuck to you. Or, oh, she asked, is it on your arm?
Other stuff is.
Yeah. It'll show up somewhere.
We're going to have a good chuckle about it.
Yeah. See, and that's the one. Look at that. That was a pretty good one, too.
It was. Where's the rest of my stencils? And I'll see if I can.
Oh, replace it? Well, I don't know if you want to do that because it's gonna look weird, and you're just gonna have a weird spot. She's not listening to me. Rhonda says she warned you. They wander off. It's above the arch on the plate.
That's another one.
Stand in.
You're talking about that one up there. Yeah, it is an intentional one.
No, but above the arch, like, is it?
Oh, look at that sucker.
Is it up here?
I think what happened here is this one here migrated.
Oh, maybe that's what Mo's saying. She says it's above the arch on the plate.
That's it.
We're gonna have to, yeah. Yeah, exactly. They still do run the commercials, but you don't get. And hello, Mad. Welcome, welcome.
Well, I'll have to pay a little better attention as I'm
just brayering through.
brayering on here and just, moving stuff around and not paying
Steamrolling.
Steamrolling. Okay.
Poor little thing got steamrolled.
Whoa!
Mm-hmm.
Those were stuck together.
Friends.
Don't know why.
Well,
This is really worrying me that this is not...
I can tell you why those were stuck together. Because when we swatched these, we were very quick about getting things on the cart. And I would say that they... Yeah. "10 p.m. on the... Oh, good God. Mo, do you...
What is it?
She's, like on a clock, she was giving you the, FaceTime, 10 o'clock. It was at the 10 o'clock point. But yeah, I think that's... Yeah.
So I told you, I watched Persons of Interest, and they would call out the time to where to shoot these people that were coming in. And they would say 10 o'clock. And I was, oh my God, I'd be dead because I see 10.
Oh, wait, start over. Your 10 or mine?
Is this central or?
I'm going with a digital clock. Darcy designed those zinnia stamps. Yeah.
But one of the reasons we're doing long haul today is because I went through and I have all of these stamps in their proper containers except for the See No Evils.
Yeah. Well, I think what I need to do is just get you some more of those containers, and then we can use the clear ones for Izzy's stuff. Oh, that's beautiful. That was very pretty.
It is. It's very subtle and very,
Mm-hmm.
very, yeah, that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, everybody's in their place here. Good, 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 good. We'll check here. Okay. All right, what are we thinking here now? Maybe some...
I know some got moved around. Yeah. No, yeah.
Okay,
There's repositioning.
We're gonna go black.
Once the one was found, then there was, This is very pretty, though. I love this. See, these are kind of greens that I can deal with. Hi, Jackie.
I don't want to get carried away with this darn stuff because, I don't want it to be. It does have...
This is a 2.0 mixed with airbrush medium.
And extender.
Yeah, because it dries quick.
Okay, we're getting that nice smoky green.
Smoky green. Oh.
What?
Oh, they're just they were real excited about like figuring out where the missing mask was, and ooh.
See a little bit of sparkling.
Yeah, and there's some other like you can see some iridescence.
Yeah,
in there
coming through.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but now this is where we have lovely stuff on here.
Mm-hmm.
This is really important. This layer is
Oh, sideways it does look like a baby panda. Or even a little slothy, you know, when they're like more kawaii kind of, you know, look. What was that?
That was my mixture of gold.
Of gold?
It has gold in it.
Oh.
It's hard to say how much because it's like
Yeah.
many eons.
That one's been altered.
Altered gold.
Yeah, kind of.
Basically, what I'm wanting is I'm wanting to pick up some of the color off of the stencil.
Yeah. It hasn't been coming off as much as it does other times.
I want it to. A little bit.
Like you're getting the first or so late. Well, I don't know. Around those one edges, you're getting a lot more coming off. I don't know that there's a lot there. To be honest,
in certain places there is.
I love that.
Isn't that wonderful?
Mm-hmm.
And again, that is very transparent. Okay.
Hi, Yuta.
There's stuff in there. I promise you, there's stuff in there. Okay, so we've got a good selection of. All right, I know what we haven't used. We haven't used a bright yellow.
Or the pink. The pink.
Pink?
The opera rose.
I don't know that I'll use opera. But,
Hey, why don't you try some of the can you get to the little neon bags?
The what?
The neon colors. I'm just interested to see what they would do.
Well, I have been using neon here and there. Okay, I'm going to go with quinacridone, and I'm going to use some of the neon, not neon, but the, yeah, well, I haven't gotten the, my bag business is still there.
Yeah, I know. You haven't put them in their little
bags.
containers that I have, you know, gotten for you. I see them sitting over there.
Well, you're supposed to help me.
Oh, okay.
That was
That'd be
something
a
I
weekend
did.
job.
I was going to say, I did not feel like tackling that on my own. I would have just had
A little meltdown.
well, it would have just been a mess here, and
Hey, the other day
you would have walked in and you would have had
you handled like putting the Blick into the little thing the other day on camera like a champ. I was chuckling about that again when I was watching it back.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You grabbed the big jug of Blick and
Squeezed it out.
squeezed it out.
I told you that was very satisfying.
Mm-hmm. I want to see the neon colors. I don't know why it's just. And Mo says that's because Blick's a big boy bottle. But she handled it on camera and everything.
Well, it wasn't like I hadn't done it before. I mean, I've squeezed Blick into the smaller container a lot of times.
There you go. She's professional. Ooh.
See, isn't that beautiful?
That's lovely. You know, another one right after this would be awesome if it was hot pink. I'm going to keep at it. Got 15 minutes.
Just to shut her up.
Well, is this the stinky pink? This is oh, this is stinky pink. Okay.
You need to use a bit more of it than you really think, because it's pretty thin.
Yeah. I tell you, that one spot it just doesn't want to stay. Yeah, I wonder what it is about that little area.
I think it just never. I didn't get it down good to begin with.
Yeah.
Remember, I told you I forgot to brayer over the top of it.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I saw that one though.
Make sure. Yeah, well, I did too. That one was pretty obvious. Make sure that you push them down.
When you first do your layout.
When you do your layout, make sure that they're all sucked down on the surface.
Mm-hmm.
Because otherwise, you have this little flighty
runner. That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
A runner. Hey, Lori.
Is that Lori Marie?
No.
I haven't watched Lori Marie lately.
I haven't seen her lately.
I think her whole jam changed when she moved to Costa
Well,
Rica.
she still does. And then her and her husband do the they have a separate one about like just their updates about them living there in Costa Rica.
Well, hot diggity, Mariah. That was a good call.
I know. Now if you just do one of those.
Oh my goodness. You see, I got a little lifting.
I think it's about
Did you
time.
see that tip?
Yeah, I did. I think you should probably just call it at this point, because otherwise...
Well, how much time do I have left?
Well, 10 minutes, and so you can go through your prints. You can pull all those off. It's about right.
I think I'll do another couple.
Okay. I think you should use the orange.
Oh, yes. This orange.
Oh, that one? Oh, the metallic one. This is the Pebeo, Pebeo. Yes, I say it all three ways.
Because we don't really know. It's like Dina.
We sort of know, but I
Dina.
don't. The thing is I like saying it all three ways.
Because that way you've got it covered. It's $3.53.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't really have like it. Oh yeah, it does. It's orange.
There you go. Orange.
$3.53.
But it's metallic. It's in the Dyna. They're called. Right?
DYNA, yeah.
Yeah.
Now see how carefully I'm going over that first layer
Backwards.
of stuff so that I keep my interesting this will be.
I'd be
Depends on
surprised.
what extra it pulls
Mhm.
off. It didn't look very interesting putting it down, but yeah, we can be surprised.
Yeah.
But it will leave interesting things behind. Assure you of that.
Oh, thank you, Lori. She said I was amazing. She said both of us were. Did you see that look? Oh, see, that's pretty. There's a little color difference there happening.
Well, we'll fix that. That's way too cheerful. Jenka!
Jenkins, y'all.
I haven't used any Jenkins in a while.
You haven't. Well, she kind of wanted to darken it up because she'd hit the light colors there for a while.
Yeah,
so you do want to, like, every once in a while for sure. Like, you can kind of do it every other one. Or, you know, you can do a few of the lighter colors and then eventually go back in and bring in a dark color. It just adds to the definition of the lines that are happening and building up. Yeah. Oh, that was that's the PBO Studio Acrylics High Viscosity, and it is the number
353.
353. She says 353. Sorry, it's backwards, and it's called orange.
Yeah,
orange.
I wasn't just
iridescent orange to be exact.
Westland Dixie.
Actually, iridescent orange yellow. Oh, look at that. Good call.
Mo, check it out. Of course, I wouldn't have this lovely effect if I hadn't had that orange thing.
Yeah. See? One thing leads to another. There's like all the colors in there.
Leads to another. Okay, now what? I'm going to do plain yellow. Don't know if this is the time to do it, but I'm doing it anywho.
Well, you got 8 minutes. And you want to show your prints, so you have to go fast.
All right, this is for sure the last one. Maybe. I'm going to get some ghastly green here.
Although I do love some lime green. I'm not against all greens. So yeah, these are the pieces and parts, because she did cut some of them up, and then some of them are bits, the pieces that come in between it. But yes, Spherical by Rhonda. And there's a link there in chat.
And Rhonda, I have a whole bunch of pieces and parts that I rescued one time when I was downstairs with the boys when they were scraping math.
She has plans.
I got a plan. But I wanted to go ahead and do this because I'm a circle kind of person. All right, now I'm going to go ahead because that was kind of sticky, and I'm hoping I'm going to get more. What I'm trying to get is the stuff off of the stencil by doing this. This is why I'm doing this.
She's rubbing it.
I'm rubbing it.
With lots of pressure. Rhonda's intrigued. Oh, and remind me, I have something I need to show you from Rhonda. Because we have questions. And I told her I need to talk to you about it.
Yes, 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 yes. This is just what makes it all worthwhile. Look at that.
Good stuff.
Alrighty.
Hi, and the leafy business looks gorgeous.
Doesn't it? Oh my gosh, these are
rusty
almost
and crusty.
should be retired.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go, y'all. This is exciting stuff. I hope you're all.
Ooh.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Now see, that's where it overlapped there.
Yeah, so you're gonna have stuff underneath that for sure. See?
But that's okay. Look at that. I'm so impressed.
Good job, Patricia.
Good job.
Yeah, it just kind of looks like they all rusted out around there and good stuff. I like the shapes that sort of those inner bits, because the paint obviously where it's smaller or whatever really goes underneath, but then the thicker parts hold back, which is great. So you get that interesting bit of stuff that creeps underneath.
And I mean, this really and truly is a one of a kind.
Mm-hmm.
Never to be repeated, even if you do the same.
Yeah, even if you were like, yeah, doing the colors the same, it's just not ever gonna layer up and not to be repeated. Exactly.
That's interesting. That one got a lot of the pink on it.
Oh, she has some
What?
tweezers.
I don't want to poke holes in my plate.
An eyeball thing.
Got sort of kind of some fingernails here. All right, now this is what you're seeing on this side, but that's not really what you're going to get.
Yeah.
This is what you're going to get.
Equally pretty. Sometimes that isn't always the case. Sometimes you got really good stuff on the other side, and then you're like, that's sad.
All right.
Now that's got to dry. You need to leave that alone. Otherwise, you go spraying across that, you're going to be real sad about that situation. You let it dry. We'll pick that up on Sunday, perhaps. Well, she might do it. I might do short. Where she like puts down the pull color and then pulls it.
Try to get these out of the way because I don't want them to get stuck to the prints because they really are gooey on the back.
Yeah. They build up. And you don't want to let those things dry. Don't stack them. Otherwise they will be married.
Yes, they will, and I know that because of course I've done it. All right, we're going to go backwards.
Okay. You got 2 minutes.
Okay, y'all count. 1. Look at that. That's my favorite. I'm not counting anymore.
Okay, good, because then I'm going to talk to people. Okay, so Paige asks, how much larger than the gel plate do you cut your pages, your papers?
Just however I'm feeling like at the time. I don't really have a set. I just like it to go over on this tissue.
Yeah.
And the reason you want that is because you'll have less problems getting it up off of there.
Yeah, and then
Now, paper.
the tissue paper.
Yeah, the tissue paper. Oh, no.
Yeah, you cut it into 4 pieces, right? The big sheet.
Yeah.
And then cut some of those down into smaller sheets for like the smaller plates.
Yeah.
Now, Ray, for your question, she wants to know, is there a trick or technique to get the million tiny pieces off of a mat? Or just scrape, scrape, scrape? It is scrape, scrape, scrape. That's why we have young teenage boys that come over. And when we say scrape the mats, that's what they do. Because we're tired of it. Because we do a lot. And I would highly recommend trying to find a metal scraper. Because I can't tell you how many of the little plastic ones we wore out. Like, because they get dull. But of course, we're doing a ton more than you would just for, like, you know, personal use. That's a pretty one. I like that one. That's our iced coffee one.
Tis.
Mm-hmm. That's the Aura copper color. That's the Van Dyke brown, right? Or burnt umber.
All right. This is the remnant of our I think it's
Oh, the top, yeah. This was the okra. The whole lot of okra.
Okra. It's ochre.
Ochre.
Right.
Sorry. That's a different thing.
Okay.
Eat the okra. Paint the ochre. This is sort of our Gulf Street. Well, actually, this is that's the one that has all the colors in it.
It does. Doesn't have quite as much of the
Sort of lost the brown, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I think that could be brought back in. It's fun to see, like, how windy and like there's movement in it.
Yes. Circles will do that.
It's my John Madden moment. Sorry, guys.
Well, we all have to have them every now and then.
Yeah. We're getting close. We started with purple. There we go. I don't know how many they were. If y'all counted, let us know in the comments. We'd love to know. Otherwise, we'll count them here in a minute. We shall be back here on Sunday. I think I'm going to take over at least part of the stream. We got to finish up these here, you know, cookies and the, you know, heart business. You know, this stuff right here.
The box.
The box. Got to finish it up because just, you know, it's important to finish things before you start other things. At least in my world, in my view of things. 33, Cheryl says. 33.
That's a
31 plus the ochre, Janice says. So I think that's probably a fairer account.
I think that's pretty good.
That's pretty
considering,
good.
You know.
And that's about usually what?
Anywhere from 25 to 30. Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll see you then. Until then.
Love ya.
Like a
Bongo.
bye, guys.
For sure. Today we absolutely had to say that.